Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 22nd financial well-being session. And thank you, Funny, for the introduction. So, hope everyone is doing good. So, let me start this session with a small question. Meeku screen meeda you are able to say a number, right? 1,50,240. There is a relation between this number and today's session. So, by the end of the session, you will come to know what is the relationship between this number and today's session. So let me start. So as you know that today's topic's name is about K.G.F. So most of you might have questions in your mind. Asli K.G.F. enti dan asla name ki valti topic ki relation enti ani kuda chaala mandi question untundandi. K.G.F. is nothing but knowledge about growth in your finances. So what kind of knowledge one need to possess to make sure your finances are growing or your finances are in favor to your future needs. So let's see, what are we going to learn today? So food for thought. So ivalti session mottam ee 4 factors in and around untundandi. So let's see what are those. What is the biggest influencing factor in wealth creation, and who's the distracting factor in the wealth creation, and who can be your best friend in wealth creation, and last but not least, how can we reduce the risk in wealth creation? If you want to see the answers, here are those. So why time is the biggest influencing factor in creating wealth, and how this inflation affecting your wealth and how it is going to destroy your future value of your money, and how come this compounding be the friend in your wealth creation, and last but not least, how to reduce the risk with the help of how can we reduce the risk. So let me start why time is the biggest influencing factor in wealth creation. For that, I am sharing you an example. This is a story of two friends, Mr. Yash and Adhira. Villidaru at the age of 30, they wanted to start their investing journey for their retirement. So usually when we wanted to start our journey, there will be many reasons that to postpone that, right? So alagi ikkada kuda Yash started his investing journey at the age of 30, whereas Adhira started his investing journey at the age of 45. So what they have did during this remaining period. So Yash started with a 10,000 rupees monthly investment for his retirement, as I said. So he have 30 years of time left out. So in this 30-year period, he could able to save 36 lakh rupees. Whereas if you see Adhira, who started lately, but he started with a good amount of investment on a monthly basis. So he started with a 25,000 rupees monthly, where he left out with only 15 years time. So Adhira Yash evaraithe start 30 years దగ్గర start చేశారో, he could able to accumulate 36 lakh rupees, whereas Adhira, since he started lately, he invested little more, so that he was able to accumulate 45 lakhs. But if you see the real wealth created by both of these people, Yash, who invested only 36 lakh rupees, has made 5.6 crore of wealth, whereas Adhira, who started his journey lately but invested more but still couldn't reach Yash target. So ante ikkada 1.5 crore Adhira accumulate cheyadam jarigindi. It is clear evident that time is a biggest money multiplying machine. Likewise, if you see the table here, the right hand side of the screen, I've did an analysis. If we have 10 lakh rupees with us, if that money was invested in any asset class which is able to give us some 15% return, so on every 5-year note, this money can be doubled. There is a formula for it. So based on that formula, any asset, if it is delivering 15% annualized return, the money will get doubled in every 5 years. Likewise, first 5 years lo adi me 10 lakhs 40 lakhs ayindi, next 10 years lo me 41.6 crore ayindi, next 10 years lo your initial of 10 lakhs has become 6.6 crore. So one important point we have to take from this slide is, say if we have delayed our investment by 10 years, and instead of starting today, if you would have started 10 years lately for the same 30-year journey, so the wealth we are going to accumulate is only 1.6 crore. So if you see, the cost of delay by 10 years is degrading. It's like you're going to lose that 5 crores of wealth. That is the power of time. And if you see how and what are the factors that affecting our wealth. we all know that we have been hearing that inflation is an evil which is destructing our wealth, and it is going to eat away our purchasing value of money, right? But if you see, this is a WhatsApp forward or a Facebook forward, you might have seen it number of times, but there is a relation between this example and for on our next slides. So if you see, in 1971, one plate masala dosa and 1 cup coffee costed us 2 rupees. If I ask you today, what could be the cost of the same menu? It depends on the restaurant and the hotel and the place we eat. It varies. I've taken an economical figure where the same cost of menu is going to it's the same menu going to cost us 65 rupees. So in a span of 50 years, the cost of the same food has become 50 times premium. So just imagine if you or your children are about to spend for the same kind of menu after 20-30 years. Do you think they would be spending around 100 and 200 rupees? No, right? It would be in thousands. So inflation is a silent evil. If we don't address it, it is going to eat your purchasing power. And if you ask me to show you few more examples how this inflation is going to affect us in our regular day-to-day life. If you see here, 1 liter milk costed us 12 rupees in 2002. For the same 1 liter milk, today it is costing us almost 60 rupees. Just imagine, with the same inflation rate in next 20 years, this is going to cost us more than 300 rupees. Not only this, if you even take our day-to-day example, like in our maybe way back 15-20 years back, when our kids are used to ask the pocket money, we used to give 1 rupee, 2 rupees, or 5 rupees, or 10 rupees based on the lifestyle we enjoy. Say, just imagine if your kid is asking you the pocket money today, if you give them the same 5 rupees or 10 rupees, do you think they are going to accept it? No, right? So the value of money is decreasing as time increasing. This is because of inflation. Even if you see the education cost, an MBA in 2002 in IIM Ahmedabad costed us 1.9 lakhs. Whereas for the same 2-year degree, it is costing 24 lakh rupees today. If you see the same cost in next 20 years, that may go up to 2.5 crores. So are we prepared? Is the question you have to ask yourself. Now let's see, how can we overcome these challenges, and who is the best friend who's going to help us to come out of this challenge? It is none other than the compound interest. So once Albert Einstein stated this, compounding is the 8th wonder of the world. Who understands it earns from it, and who doesn't understand pays for it. What I mean, let me show you an example. The same example which I quoted you in the earlier slide. A 10 lakh rupees invested in an asset which is giving 15% return. So on every 5-year basis, as I said, it is going to be doubled. So for the first 5 years, your 10 will become 20. In the next 5 years, your 20 is going to become another 20, which means 40. Likewise, in a 30-year space, your initial 10 lakhs is becoming 6.4 crore, which is 64 times. So again, how if you delay the investment over a period of 5 years, say, let us assume instead of 30 years, you are left with only 25 years. You would end up getting only 3.2 crore for the same investment of 10 lakhs. Just imagine if you can postpone the investment, like not instead of postponing that, like if you postpone your withdrawal by another 10 years, just imagine how much the 6.4 crore is going to become in next 10 years. It is going to become 25 crores. The same 10 lakh rupees invested for 40 years can become 25.5 crore. So that is the power of time. And this is how the compound interest is going to be in our favor when you give us more amount of time to our investments. So now let's see, whenever we wish to buy any investment or any investment option we wanted to choose, there were few important things we have to keep it in our mind. అవి ఏంటివి అంటే, బేసికల్ గా మనం ఏ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ఆప్షన్ చూడాలనుకున్నా సరే నాకు ఎంత వస్తుంది రిటర్న్ అనేది చూస్తామండి. బట్ బిసైడ్స్ దాట్ దేర్ వర్ ఫ్యూ అదర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ వన్ హ్యావ్ టు రిమెంబర్. ఫస్ట్ అండ్ ఫార్మోస్ట్ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే రిటర్న్స్. how much return I'm going to earn from this investment option. So ఇక్కడ మనం ఈక్వేట్ చేయాల్సింది ఏంటి అంటే whether this return is giving a, whether the return which I'm going to earn from that investment option is above inflation or less than inflation rate. This is the first important thing we have to check. And the second important thing is how much risk or how much volatility would be there in my investment journey. Is the second important factor you need to understand. And the third most important is safety. Is it sure that I can at least expect my principal back if you don't give me the expected returns, is the other important thing we have to see. And the last two important things which generally we tend to ignore is liquidity. The most important factor in any investment option should be liquidity. What does this mean? Liquidity ante as and when you wish to withdraw the money, were you able to encash it, or you are facing any challenges to withdraw that money, is the most important thing. And the last but not least, how tax efficient that investment is going to be. Let me give you an example. Say if we have 10 lakh rupees money with us and manam bank fixed deposit chestunnamo, hope every one of you know that whatever interest we earn on bank fixed deposit will attract tax as per our income tax slab. అంటే ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఒకవేళ మీరు 30% ట్యాక్స్ బ్రాకెట్ లో ఉన్నట్టయితే, ఐ మీన్ మీ యాన్యువల్ ఇన్కమ్ 10 lakhs అండ్ అబోవ్ ఉన్నట్టయితే, వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ యూ ఎర్న్ ఆన్ ది బ్యాంక్ ఫిక్స్డ్ డిపాజిట్ విల్ అట్రాక్ట్ 30% ట్యాక్స్. సో మనకు వచ్చే ఆ 6% 7% ఇంట్రెస్ట్ లో 30% ట్యాక్స్ పోయిన తర్వాత రియల్ గా మనకి ఎంత వస్తుంది అని చెక్ చేసుకోవడం చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండి. సో మీకు ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్ నేను చెప్పాను కదా, మనకు వచ్చే రిటర్న్స్ ఎంత వస్తున్నాయి, అది ఇన్ఫ్లేషన్ కన్నా ఎక్కువ వస్తుందా, ఇన్ఫ్లేషన్ కన్నా తక్కువ వస్తుందా అనేది ఏదైతే చూస్తామో, సో పోస్ట్ ట్యాక్సెస్ డిడక్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత అసలు ఆ రిటర్న్ ఎంత ఉంది అనేది చూడడం అన్నిటికన్నా మోస్ట్ వైజెస్ట్ థింగ్ అనమాట. నౌ లెట్స్ సీ what are the which is the best asset class available at present in the market. So if you ask me, out of the asset classes or out of the investment options which are available on the screen, can I request everyone to give their answer, like according to you, which is the best asset class on the options available on the screen? You can use the chat window to answer this question. Can I see the answers? Ram Garu said it is equity, and Mr. Vamsi has said it is crypto, and Pavan Garu said it is real estate, and someone is saying it is equities and shares. Great. Thank you so much for your participation. So let me answer that question. Always remember, there is no good asset class, there is no bad asset class. I mean, there is no good investment, there is no bad investment. All the investments are good only. But you have to remember for what purpose I'm choosing this asset, or for what purpose I wanted to invest my money is more important. So what I mean to say is, your why is more important than where. నేను ఎక్కడ ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాదండి, నేను ఎందుకు ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను ఈజ్ మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో మీరు మేబీ 6 months కి కాలేజ్ ఫీ కోసం మీరు డబ్బులు పార్క్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నారు. దో ఈక్విటీలో మీకు మంచి రిటర్న్స్ వచ్చినప్పటికీ, స్టాక్ మార్కెట్ లో మీకు మంచి రిటర్న్ డెలివర్ అయినప్పటికీ కూడాను, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ రికమెండెడ్ టు కీప్ యువర్ మనీ ఫర్ దట్ షార్ట్ టర్మ్ ఇంటూ అన్ ఈక్విటీ అసెట్ క్లాస్ అనమాట. మరి ఆ టైంలో ఎక్కడ ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయాలి? అయితే ఫిక్స్డ్ ఇన్కమ్ సెక్యూరిటీస్ లో ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయాలి, లేకపోతే బ్యాంక్ లో మీరు ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ that you have to decide your objective first, then you have to go to the option, which option suits that objective. Hope it is clear. And most of us have this question in our mind, and so general ga broader asset classes chuste ganaka equity, fixed income, gold and real estate untundi. Since I don't have the accurate data of real estate, I couldn't present that data in front of you. But if you see the chart here, this is last 20 years data. From 2002 to 2021, if you see, in the year 2002, equity as an asset has delivered 5% return, whereas fixed income as an asset has delivered 23% return, and gold has delivered 24% return. So based on this, if you wanted to take decision, ideally we do that kada. Manam last year ఏది బాగా డబ్బులు గ్రోత్ ఇచ్చిందో దాన్ని బేస్ చేసుకుని ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయాలని చూస్తూ ఉంటాము. బట్ ఆల్వేస్ రిమెంబర్ అండి, డు నాట్ చేస్ రిటర్న్స్ ఇస్ ద ఫస్ట్ ఫండమెంటల్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు రిమెంబర్ వైల్ చూసింగ్ అన్ అసెట్ క్లాస్. ఫస్ట్ థింగ్. అండ్ సెకండ్ థింగ్, పాస్ట్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ని బేస్ చేసుకొని మీ ఫ్యూచర్ డెసిషన్స్ ని తీసుకోకూడదు. ఎప్పుడు మీ డెసిషన్ అనేది మీ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ప్రకారం మీ రిస్క్ అపటైట్ ని బేస్ చేసుకునే చేయాలి తప్ప డు నాట్ ట్రాక్ ది పాస్ట్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది అసెట్ అండ్ టేక్ ది డెసిషన్. లైక్వైజ్ ఇక్కడ చూడండి మీరు, in 2002 if you see, gold has delivered 24% return. In 2004 if you see, gold has delivered only 0% return. In 2013 if you see, gold has delivered minus 18% return. In 2021 if you see, in that particular year gold has delivered minus 2% return. So ఎందుకు వీడు గోల్డే చెప్తాడని అనుకుంటున్నారా? నో అండి. పీపుల్ పర్సీవ్ దట్ గోల్డ్ లో ఎప్పుడు మనకి డబ్బులు తగ్గవు, గోల్డ్ ఎప్పుడు పెరుగుతూనే ఉంటుంది అనుకుంటాం కదా. నో, ప్రతి అసెట్ క్లాస్ లో ఈ అప్స్ అండ్ డౌన్స్, ఈ వోలటాలిటీ అనేది ఇన్హెరెంట్ గా ఉంటుంది. సో ఆల్వేస్ మన రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ని బేస్ చేసుకుని మనం వెళ్ళటం అనేది ఐడియల్ థింగ్ అనమాట. అండ్ నౌ లెట్స్ ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్ మ్యూచువల్ ఫండ్. సో మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ యూ ఆర్ ఆల్రెడీ ఇన్వెస్టింగ్ ఇన్ టు మ్యూచువల్ ఫండ్స్ అండ్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ యూ మైట్ హర్డ్ ఎ మ్యూచువల్ ఫండ్, బట్ మెనీ ఆఫ్ యూ may not take the right meaning of mutual fund. We always think mutual fund as a product, right? But you are wrong there. Mutual fund is not a product. Mutual fund is a solution. Whether you want to invest into equities, whether you want to invest into gold, whether you want to invest into real estate, you have a solution into mutual fund. Through mutual fund, if you invest, you'll get the exposure of equity. If you want, you can take the exposure of equity. If you want to invest in the foreign economies, you can invest through mutual fund. There is a possibility. So you have to always think mutual fund as a solution, and mutual fund is not a product. And the best part, for the benefit of people who just enter listening to my session for the first time, or mutual funds gurinchi chala sarlu vinnamu but still I have questions anna valla kosam ee slide anamata. So kindly bear for the people who already know everything about mutual fund. So the best part in mutual fund is it is transparent. You would be able to know what the fund manager of a mutual fund company has did with your money. Equities lo pettara, bonds lo invest chesara, gold lo invest chesara, real estate lo pettara, enta percentage ఏ సెక్టర్ లో allocate చేశారు, ఎంత percentage ఏ స్టాక్ లో allocate చేశారో కూడా మీరు చూడొచ్చు. అంత ట్రాన్స్పరెంట్. అండ్ ది సెకండ్ బెస్ట్ పార్ట్ ఏంటి అంటే your money is being handled by a professional fund manager. So what is this? Everyone of us think that నాకు ఇప్పుడు గూగుల్ ఉంది కదా, నేను బెస్ట్ ఫండ్ అడిగితే నాకు గూగుల్ చెప్తుంది కదా, లేకపోతే యూట్యూబ్ ఉంది కదా, నేను బెస్ట్ ఫండ్స్ ఏంటని అడిగితే ఐ కెన్ సీ దట్ డేటా కదా అని మీకు అనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుందని. ఆల్వేస్ రిమెంబర్, గూగుల్ డజంట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ యువర్ ఎమోషన్, ఆర్ యూట్యూబ్ analogy or YouTube algorithm doesn't understand your emotion. It just understands your words, and based on the words it gives you the data. So ఎప్పుడు ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ అనేది మీ పర్పస్ ని డిఫైన్ చేసుకోవటం, మీ ఫ్యామిలీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ తెలుసుకోవటం, అండ్ మీ ఫ్యూచర్ నీడ్స్ ని బేస్ చేసుకోవటం, మీ రిస్క్ అపటైట్ ని తీసుకోవటం, ఇవన్నీ చూసిన తర్వాత ఎప్పుడైతే మీ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ఆప్షన్ ని డిసైడ్ చేస్తారో దట్ గివ్స్ యూ పీస్ ఆఫ్ మైండ్ బిసైడ్స్ రిటర్న్. ఆల్వేస్ రిమెంబర్, మనం రిటర్న్స్ ని చేస్ చేసే ప్రాసెస్ లో చాలా సార్లు మన ప్రశాంతతను కోల్పోతూ ఉంటామండి. బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ దట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు సెక్యూర్ యువర్ పీస్ ఆఫ్ మైండ్ యాజ్ వెల్ బిసైడ్స్ యువర్ మనీ. So, and last couple of things in this mutual fund concept, these are well regulated. These are these were regulated by SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India, one of the toughest regulator in the world. And last but not least, the tax efficiency. So I'll give you a hack here. People who were feeling bad that they were paying 30% taxes on the earnings they are making. So there is a hack for you. If you wanted to pay less taxes, or if you want to reduce the burden of your taxes, you have to invest. What does it mean? So మీరు సంపాదించిన సంపదను, like whatever you are earning, మీరు earn చేసే దాని మీద, if you are earning more than 10 lakhs, you have to pay 30% tax. Whereas if your investment in the mutual fund started earning for you, you will have to pay only 10%. There is no relation between your income tax slab and the taxation on the returns you make on the inequity mutual fund schemes. So remember, if you want to pay less taxes, your money should earn more money than we alone earning money. So let me show you interesting numbers, Ani. So this data shows in last few years, around 25 years data, ఈ 25 years లో సెన్సెక్స్ 3000 దగ్గర ఉన్నది 57,000 దగ్గర వచ్చింది. అంటే సెన్సెక్స్ మార్కెట్ అంటే స్టాక్ మార్కెట్ హ్యాస్ మల్టిప్లైడ్ ఇన్వెస్టర్స్ మనీ బై 18.5 times. సో ఎందుకు ఈ స్లైడ్ నేను ప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నానంటే మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ us have a misconception that when equity market grows, my mutual fund grows. When equity market doesn't grow, my mutual fund falls. So ఇది టు సర్టెన్ ఎక్స్టెంటే కరెక్ట్ అండి. ఎందుకు అంటున్నానంటే let me show you this example. So if you see here, a 10 lakhs invested in a bank fixed deposit 25 years back, the average interest rate in a nationalized bank is 6%. And with that 6% interest rate, your 10 lakhs in bank FD has become 42.9 lakhs. 43 లక్షలు అయ్యింది. The same time, if the same 10 lakhs was invested into a mutual fund scheme, I'm not here recommending you any mutual fund scheme, and I'm not promoting the mutual funds as well. My intention is just to make sure that you are aware of the asset classes. Say ఇదే 25 years లో మీరు ఒక డైవర్సిఫైడ్ ఈక్విటీ మ్యూచువల్ ఫండ్ స్కీమ్స్ లో చేస్తే 95% of the diversified equity mutual fund schemes have delivered more than this 20% return in the last 25 years, which means the same 10 lakh has multiplied your wealth by 98 times. 9.8 crore aindi versus your 43 lakhs in a bank fixed deposit. Whether you believe it or not, this is fact. In the same time, if you ask me, sir, I don't have 10 lakhs of investment to invest into a mutual fund, tell me an example where I can invest on a monthly basis. So for those people who wanted to understand, if someone would have invested on a monthly basis in the same 25 years term, మనం ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేసిన మనీ వచ్చి 30 lakh rupees అండి. సో ఇక నేను బ్యాంక్ ఆర్డీ తీసుకున్నాను at the same interest rate. So your 30 lakh has become 68 lakhs in bank RD. In the same time, your same 30 lakhs has become 5.3 crore in a mutual fund scheme. One disclaimer here, again, we are not trying to promote the mutual funds, but we are just trying to make you understand by taking a wrong asset class, by choosing an inappropriate asset class, you're going to lose your wealth in a big way. And the worst part here is ఈ రియలైజేషన్ మీకు ఒక 15 ఏళ్ల తర్వాత 20 ఏళ్ల తర్వాత వస్తుందండి, ఇప్పుడు రాదు. సో కాబట్టి you have to make sure that before taking any investment decision, you have to consult a professional advisor, and then you have to start your investing journey. So here you might have a question. Say, sir, you've been telling gigantic numbers, very big numbers, inta invest cheste anni kotlu ayipindani cheptunnaru kada, but I have never ever seen such example in my day to day life, or I have been investing into mutual fund, but నాకు అలాంటి రిటర్న్ ఎక్కడ కనిపించలేదే, నేను ఎవరిని చూడలేదే అని మీకు క్వశ్చన్ వచ్చి ఉంటుంది కదండి. Let me tell you why generally people fail to see that return. This is the reason for it. It is evident that your investment is capable of delivering very good return, but as an investor, we always struggle in taking that return to home. And why is this? This we call it as behavior gap. And what does this mean? Let's see what is this behavior gap is all about. So before that, let's try to understand why do we do the way we do. That is, the topmost reason is emotion, and the second best reason why we do the way we do is again emotions, and last but not least, it is only the emotions. Because of the emotional behavior, we always tend to miss the bus. Now let me give you in detail. So what kind of emotions? So there were many emotions which we can try to understand, but due to time constraint, I'm just picking up the major emotions why people struggle in getting the return. One is recency bias. What does this mean? Recency bias ante entantanandi, like you have invested into your stock market a few months back and you started making money. మీరు 1 lakh ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేస్తే 1.5 lakh 3 months లోనో 6 months లోనో అయింది. So what kind of impression you get after investing into the stock market? You feel that నేను మిస్టేక్ చేశాను, ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ కీపింగ్ 1 lakh I should have kept 2 lakhs or 3 lakh rupees so that I would have made more money అని అనిపించేది కదా. And you'll also feel that making money in stock market so easy, right? Yes, most of us will take past experience into consideration and we will invest our hard-earned money. And never ever do that. Adi good example aina bad example aina sare, you always have to invest through a professional way. And the second important emotion is peer pressure. We always take decisions based on our colleagues, based on our friends, based on our relatives. Sometimes we always take the advice of our bosses and we invest, right? Always remember one thing here. For your boss, investing 5 lakh rupees into a mutual fund or a stock, and if that erode by another 50% or 40% overnight, may not disturb his sleep. But for people like you and me, that may disturb our sleep. Inno sleepless nights gadapalsina avasram kuda padachu if you do not choose an appropriate asset class. I'm not saying a right asset class. So manaki suit ayye investment option eppudu choose chesukovali kaani మన ఫ్రెండ్ కి సూట్ అయింది, మన ఫ్రెండ్ కి ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేస్తే అక్కడ డబ్బులు బాగా వచ్చినాయి కాబట్టి నేను కూడా అక్కడ ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేసి నేను డబ్బులు తెచ్చుకుంటాను, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ కంప్లీట్లీ కరెక్ట్ అండి. సో నెవర్ ఎవర్ ట్రై టు ఇమిటేట్ ది టెంపర్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఫర్ ఇన్వెస్టింగ్. లాస్ట్ బట్ నాట్ లీస్ట్, do not fall into the trap of this FOMOphobia, fear of missing opportunity. We always see, ఇప్పుడు recent last 1 year 2 years data తీస్తే Zomato example, IRCTC example, Paytm example, సో చాలా చూసాం కదా. సో ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేసి LIC, by the way, and one disclaimer, I'm not against to any of these companies, I'm just telling you the fact. సో జనరల్ ఏమనిపిస్తుంది అంటే, like if I won't invest my money in that particular share, I may lose a big way. No, never ever do that. So you'll get an opportunity. So know when to invest, when not to invest, where to invest, where not to invest. So after listening to all these, or before, you might have already heard many of these examples which we have shared today. So we always know that for any illness, we believe a professional zaruri hai, right? అంటే లైక్ ఒక డాక్టర్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళడం వల్ల ఆ ప్రాబ్లం రూట్ కాజ్ ఏంటో కూడా మనకు తెలుస్తుంది, అండ్ దట్ ట్రీట్మెంట్ ని ఫుల్ ఫ్లెడ్జ్డ్ గా మనకి ఇవ్వడం జరుగుతుంది కదా. ఇది నమ్ముతాం కదా. ఎంత ఫీవర్ వచ్చినా ఫస్ట్ ఇనిషియల్ గా సిమ్టమ్స్ ని బేస్ చేసుకొని గూగుల్ చేస్తే ఏదో ఒక మెడిసిన్ అయితే వస్తుందండి, బట్ స్టిల్ వి రిలై ఆన్ ది డాక్టర్స్ అడ్వైస్, రైట్? ఎందుకు? డాక్టర్ అండర్స్టాండ్ యువర్ ఎమోషన్. అంటే మీ రెసిస్టెన్స్ పవర్ ఏంటి, అసలు మీ ప్రాబ్లం ఎప్పటి నుంచి వస్తుంది, మీరు ఆల్రెడీ ఇంతకుముందు ఎప్పుడైనా ఈ ప్రాబ్లంతో సఫర్ అయ్యారా? సో ఇవన్నీ స్టడీ చేసిన తర్వాత he would rightly diagnose the actual problem behind it, and then he recommend you the prescription, right? Likewise, Google can never be your financial advisor. Maybe Google can tell you this could be a best fund, this could be a best stock, this could be a best option based on the past performance, but Google do not understand your risk appetite. Never ever. Ante Google nunchi meeru information తీసుకోవచ్చండి, but based on that information to come to conclusion, you always need to have a support of a professional person or your financial advisor for that. So we are almost come to an end, and last couple of slides only. So people who have joined us from the first minute, I've showed you a screen, right? 1,50,240 అని చెప్పి. సో ఆ నెంబర్ కి ఇవాళ సెషన్ కి రిలేషన్ ఏంటి అంటే, just think, we generally at least we work 8 hours a day. మేబీ ఇంకా ఎక్కువే పని చేస్తూ ఉంటాం, బట్ యాజ్ పర్ లేబర్ లా అట్లీస్ట్ 8 hours అయితే మనం పని చేస్తాము యాజ్ పర్ రికార్డ్స్. సో 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, 30 days a month, 52 weeks in an year. అంటే ఒక సంవత్సరంలో యావరేజ్ గా మనం 1,50,000 hours మనం వర్క్ చేస్తామండి. యూ కెన్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్. సో ఈ 1,50,000 hours వర్క్ చేసి we earn some X, right? Whatever we are earning, maybe 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 40 lakh, 1 crore, whatever we earn in a year, by working this 1,50,000 hours or more than this, we earn that money, right? Now my question is, how much percentage of this man hours are we spending to manage our money? At least 0.01% or 0.001%? Just think, at least 1% కూడా అవసరం లేదండి. అట్లీస్ట్ 1.5 hour an year మీరు అట్లీస్ట్ మీ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్ మీద, మీ ఫైనాన్సెస్ మీద మీరు స్పెండ్ చేస్తే, బిలీవ్ మీ, దట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు క్రియేట్ ఎ గ్రేట్ ఇంపాక్ట్ ఆన్ యువర్ ఫ్యూచర్ ఫైనాన్సెస్. ఎందుకంటే వి ఆల్ నో హౌ టు ఎర్న్ మనీ, వై టు ఎర్న్ మనీ, వేర్ టు ఎర్న్ మనీ, రైట్? బట్ డూ వి రియల్లీ నో హౌ టు మేనేజ్ దట్ ఎర్నింగ్స్? Did anywhere in our institutions, colleges, companies, they taught us how to manage the earnings? Maybe no, right? But we sincerely urge that besides money earning skills, it is equally important that you should possess money management skills. So that is our core intention behind conducting these many sessions in a row. And we sincerely thank each and every one of you for attending our monthly first Sunday sessions and getting benefited out of this and encouraging us to do these sessions. So we have almost come to an end. So key takeaways from the session or pearls of wisdom and cheppachu. Always know the difference between savings, investing and speculation. Anni okati kaadu. And without figuring out your financial needs, never ever buy or invest in any product. Saying that market lo real estate lo invest chesthe manchi returns vastunayi anta, no andi. Always as I said ఇందాక ఒక 4-5 పాయింట్స్ చెప్పా కదా, రిటర్న్స్ ఇన్ఫ్లేషన్ కన్నా ఎక్కువ వస్తున్నాయి లేదా, మీకు ఫ్లెక్సిబిలిటీ ఉందా లేదా, మీ ప్రిన్సిపల్ సేఫ్టీయా కాదా, మీరు కావాలనుకున్నప్పుడు అమ్మగలుగుతారా లేదా, మీకు ట్యాక్స్ ఎంత కట్టాల్సి వస్తుంది అమ్మినప్పుడు. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ఈక్వల్లీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ బిఫోర్ కమింగ్ టు ఏ కంక్లూజన్ అబౌట్ ఎ ప్రొడక్ట్. అండ్ ఆల్వేస్ స్టార్ట్ యువర్ ఫైనాన్షియల్ జర్నీ విత్ కంటింజెన్సీ ఫండ్ ఇన్ మైండ్ ఆర్ అన్ ఎమర్జెన్సీ ఫండ్ గురించి మీరు ప్లాన్ తోని మీ ఫైనాన్షియల్ టార్గెట్ స్టార్ట్ చేయండి. వై? బికాస్ emergencies never tell you before they strikes. So pandemic is one live example where no one was prepared for those kind of emergencies. We never know. So always have some emergency fund. And for this emergency fund, we have already did a complete session how to build an emergency fund and what are the important facts and figures you need to keep it in mind while figuring out an emergency fund. And a video kuda we have uploaded in our YouTube channel and Facebook page as well. If you want, you can refer or you can contact our team so that they can share you the session about the contingency plan. And always ensure your uncertainties. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఒక పాట్ ని వాటర్ తో ఫిల్ చేస్తున్నామండి, దానికి చిన్న హోల్ ఉంది, అది చూసుకోకుండా మనం ఎంత ఫిల్ చేసినా సరే అది ఫిల్ అవుతుంది ఆ పాట్. లైక్ వైజ్ వెన్ యు ఆర్ ప్లానింగ్ టు అచీవ్ యువర్ లాంగ్ టర్మ్ ఫైనాన్షియల్ గోల్స్, ఆల్వేస్ కీప్ this in mind. You have to ensure you are ensuring your uncertainties. Daniki appropriate risk management tools untai, so you have to understand those and you have to take appropriate one. And please do not buy insurance for saving your taxes and multiplying your money. The objective of insurance is not for these two. The objective of insurance is to protect the risk. And last but not least, always have a good professional advisor besides you to handhold you and to make sure you achieve your financial destination. So with this